This is like a nice little twisty road, but I can't really go fast on it right now because this guy in front of me. Come on, man. This isn't a 40 road. Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing? Dude. Why are you going at 30? What the hell? Dude, this is a 30. This is not a 30 road. What are you doing? Okay. And you're getting even slower. Thank you for being really, really slow. This is my 2019 Chevrolet Camaro. And many car enthusiasts would disapprove of it, not because it's slow, not because it drives like a boat, not because it looks awful. It's none of those things. It's just because of what lies under that hood. Sacrilege. That's a 2-liter turbo 4. And it's so unacceptable to some V8 owners that they can't help themselves but to lose respect for you personally, especially if they happen to own an American V8. For some reason, owning a V8 does something to these people. Not all of them, but enough of them that you start noticing a pattern. It's almost like the car stops being transportation and starts becoming identity for these people. Or maybe like a moral achievement. Or maybe a personality trait. Ooh. Like 8 cylinders somehow places them higher in the order of, I don't know, like automotive existence. And the funny part is, most of these people aren't even on a racetrack. They're just sitting in traffic, like at red lights, or in drive-thrus, or they're cruising suburban roads at 50 or 60 kilometers per hour, or in the city where it's even slower, like Toronto. But the second they see that engine, it's over. Oh, it's the 4-cylinder. You can hear the disappointment in their voice. Like imagine let's say there's a sword fight and he came with a sword fight with a kitchen knife, like that. If you had your eyes covered and heard this exhaust, or if it was coming out of a Focus RS or Civic Type R, or I don't know, a Miata, you'd say it sounds dope. But this sound from this car, that's unacceptable. Do you see the hypocrisy? And I understand it, honestly. Because for decades, like, the American muscle car was a pretty simple thing, right? Big engine, loud noise, questionable fuel economy, right? And no practicality at all. But that's okay. Let's put aside the fuel economy, the practicality, because they were never meant to be those things, right? Muscle cars were just big engine, loud noise, and they looked good. That was the formula. But then, things changed, as they always do. The world kind of changes. Gas got expensive. Insurance got expensive. I don't know, property. Everything got expensive. And manufacturers started building cars for reality instead of just fantasy. So now you end up with something like this, a turbocharged 4-cylinder Camaro that still makes decent power. It handles well, it looks aggressive, but it commits the terrible sin of not having a V8. All it's trying to be is rational, I think. and rationality is really offensive to certain enthusiasts. Because, what the truth is, a lot of these people don't really love cars. What they actually love is hierarchy. They like this kind of invisible ranking system. V8 over V6, manual over automatic, rear-wheel drive over front-wheel drive, old versus new, loud or quiet, like more expensive over cheaper. That applies to everything, I guess. But honestly, once you notice that, car culture kind of starts to feel like less like passion. I was thinking about that RX-8 that I saw earlier. Actually, there aren't that many RX-8s around, I realized. It's almost like every year there's less and less of them. Which kind of makes sense since they break so easily, right? The engines just blow up with the apex seals, they're getting thinner and thinner, and then eventually it just like gets flooded and you can't even start the car, or I don't know, something else. I remember reading a lot about RX-8s. I was actually kind of interested in buying one back, a while ago. And then, but it seems like it's a mess of ownership for that car. But that was a nice RX-8. It was like the purple colored, like the dark purple colored one. Yeah, it looked good. I hope it lasts the guy a long time. Do I want a V8 Camaro? Yeah. I would love to have a 6.2 under that hood. Yes. I didn't buy this car to prove anything. I bought it because I liked it, because I wanted it. I love the shape of it. I love the way it cornered. I love the tradition. And I'm serious about the tradition part, because what car brand is this old? Like the Camaro, the Mustang, these are like 60-year-old car brands. There aren't a lot of cars like that. And when you buy one, it's like you're part of the tradition of the brand. It's almost like when you wear clothing that represents something, like national clothing or something. It's kind of like that. You put it on, you go out in public, and you represent whatever culture or tradition that clothing is from. I think cars are kind of the same way, especially if they have a long history like this. Or it could be the Mustang or Dodge. It's like 7 o'clock right now. Why the hell is it so trafficy? Jeez. Come on, come on. I'm kind of chasing that Mustang over there. Looks like this Mustang. Right there. Nice. This is the history, I'm talking about. These cars are the rivalry, right? Like between Ford and Chevy and Dodge. I love that. And you own one of them and you kind of are part of that rivalry. You don't get that in a lot of brands. It's awesome. I like the fact that I can enjoy this car without financially crippling myself with monthly payments. But apparently that makes me weak or not a real enthusiast. It's fascinating. The happiest car people that I've ever met drove what these V8 people would probably think is garbage. For example, they had like rusty Miatas, old Civics, base model BRZs, like these slow cars that they drove flat out with a smile on their face. Meanwhile, some of the most miserable people online in the car community are just arguing over horsepower numbers. Like I don't know, like dads competing over whose barbecue size is bigger. That's what this whole thing really is about, I think. It's not engineering. It's not driving. It's not even performance. It's just ego. Big ego competition, where everyone's just terrified that someone else might be enjoying cars incorrectly. I own this car. No finance or lease payments. I actually started that way for a few months, but then decided to pay off the car in full. I didn't want the interest payments. To hell with usury. And I say that being not very religious at all. That was fun.